Hey guys, it's been a little while, but I guess this is it. This was the this will probably be the final video in the Shiny Hunting Month VOD list. Basically me going over all the shinies that I have so far, as well as, I guess, talking a little bit about the Shiny Hunting Month. So yeah, 30 episodes worth of shiny hunting, and a number almost hitting 200 shinies in that time, which is still crazy. I honestly didn't think I was going to get over like 150. I was like, yeah, that's probably as far as I go, but we actually hit that and easily cleared 100 and then some. So I guess now it's time to show off the progress, because I am doing this Shiny Hunting Month for a reason, and that is to work towards my Shiny Living Form Dex, which, as you can see, features pretty much every Pokemon from Bulbasaur all the way to the newest one, which I think is either Terrapagos or Pecharunt, but they don't have shinies yet. And it also includes any alternate forms that exist. So most of the time that will be mostly gender differences and whatnot. A lot of the Pokemon here, I will admit, have been gotten through RNG manipulation, because there are times when I just don't have time to do it. But I think a good majority of our Pokemon that we caught during the Shiny Hunting Month was definitely from Scarlet and Violet. Those games definitely have a huge variety of Pokemon to catch, and the constant events that are happening, as well as just like the complete diversity and the easiness of sandwich making, has definitely helped fill this dex a lot more. As of now, I actually do have my tracker on the side, and the tracker basically says we're almost 80% done, which is wild. Obviously, a lot of the mons that I still have to get going and get caught are probably the more harder ones. You can see here, there are a couple of Go stamped ones, which I do hope to get rid of at some point, because I am not a fan of the Go stamp. I know that it's easier to catch them. I've seen a handful of Pokemon that I have in Pokemon Go that are shiny. I even have like the shiny Zorua that I picked up from, I think, the Dark community, like a Dark Pokemon event, but I am not going to transfer it here. I think the only Go mon that I'll probably transfer in the future is the Mew, unless I can do the ACE over in Emerald, which I will try at one point, because I do want to try and go for Deoxys. But yeah, a couple of Pokemon missing here are obviously things I can't catch in the newer games. So there's a good chunk of Alolan mons or Galarian mons I haven't gotten. But yeah. So I believe of Kanto, we've pretty much finished everything except for like most of the things we haven't finished in Kanto are essentially variants and stuff. So you can see it's all been sorted out similar to how our home dex is. If you've seen the video to the home dex, I might actually link that video in this one. You'll see that I've arranged it basically from the generations with the gender differences and then the regional variants as well. So everything's all neatly packed together. But yeah, I think we've done pretty well to get most of I think the first 4 gens are pretty much done. After that, it starts to get a bit more like patchy with a lot of gaps and stuff like that. But it's still wild, some of these mons, because I did have a couple of shinies prior to me starting this, and it was when I tried to do the cute charm glitch on a Gen 4 game that it really opened the door to, I guess, me really looking into RNG manip, as well as just, you know, getting more invested into shiny hunting. And as of now, I guess it's been really good. There are some mons that are currently like really hard for me to get. A lot are just event shinies, especially this one. I was able to grab this one from somebody on the home Reddit, thankfully, but I still am missing the other 2 as of now. Johto is probably another one that's like mostly finished except for this big page. As you can tell, this is for the unknowns. I haven't seriously started hunting for the unknowns yet. I will eventually. But I guess now with Shiny Hunting Month being over, I will probably have to be doing shiny hunting in my free time. For example, as of recording, I believe Scarlet and Violet are doing a snake-related event due to, I believe, this being the year of the snake. But the only Pokemon I need is like 1 silly Cobra from there, so I most likely will not be streaming that and just do that in my own time. Plus, I can always now post onto Discord or other places to say that I have the shinies. But I guess one good thing about Johto is I have all the legendaries with this game, which is really cool. Oh, and Hoenn was actually difficult at parts. I think some of the big difficulties are like things that have gender differences start to like really pop up. As you can see, all these Torchics we have to get. We're still missing one because as you can see here, this is a male Torchic. We need exactly the female one. And yeah, considering we had to catch a lot of these and the sad truth of just the fact that none of the Torchics had the Destiny Mark, because we did a big hunt for Torchic, I think during my birthday stream, and I even did it after my stream, and I still didn't get any of the Destiny Marks on those. Maybe this year, who knows. But for now, let us continue. So a good majority of the mons that I have here are from the Cute Charm, and as well as RNG Manip. But there are some legit ones in here too that I've gotten. I can see there's a Flygon that I have that's a G-stamped one. A couple of the mons actually here don't even belong to me either. So I think once I've fully finished the dex, which will be like a long time in the future, I might go back and go for mons that I have and see if I can get ones that are under my own OST. The gap for Latios, because if we go over here, because I have this game open, there he is. The Latios that I caught during Dynamax Adventures. So there are a couple of shinies in here that are over on this side rather than in my box at the moment. I do not know when I'll be transferring them over. Probably when, maybe when ZA starts to become less of a thing. That's the downside of having only one of some shinies, is because if I use them competitively, they gotta stay here. And they're not as safe due to Pokemon Skull and Violet not having cloud saving, which is the dumbest idea that they've had so far. Sinnoh is another one that I'm just missing very few mons due to the Cute Charm glitch being a thing and clearing out most of them. I still cannot believe that even after 30 sessions, we still didn't get the Glameow from Legends Arceus. And there's a part of me that's like, eventually might go back to that, but at the same time I'm like, do I really want to do that? Legends Arceus is a bit, you know, I feel like I could get the Glameow in, you know, other methods rather than just try and slave over that. I am still missing the Munchlax as well, because I'm hoping one day I can do it through the Mochi, through the Ogre Ousting game. But it's always there. There's no time limit on that one, so it doesn't bother me as much. I'm still missing a couple of Rotom forms, and we are clearly missing Shaman and Arceus. Those are going to be rough hunts. I could theoretically RNG Manip another Shaman, but I do want to try and catch the one that's in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. As well as, obviously, Arceus is in that game as well. But it's going to take a time, that's for sure. Victini. I do have a gap here for it, though it's still shiny locked. I do not know if I'll ever get rid of that gap. We did get Meloetta last year, which is weird. This is actually my first video, I think, of 2025. Happy New Year to those people. But yeah, so, I mean, we got Meloetta last year as a shiny. There's still hope that we'll get some more shiny locked mons unlocked, but it's currently a waiting game. Gen 5 is definitely notorious for that. Like, the only Genesect that's shiny that's available is the Japanese one as an event from Black and White, or Pokemon Go. So hopefully they will make an easy way of getting Genesect one day. But you can see here, this is the gen that, like, a couple more gaps are here. A lot of the mons here were RNG manipped and can easily be RNG manipped, but I wanted to try and catch them in Scarlet and Violet instead first. So maybe I'll go back in my own time and start trying to chip away at Gen 5. Though there are some really exciting ones here that I'm just like, oh wow, I can't believe I got that. Still cannot believe we got this Zorua. I'm so happy about it. I've been hunting for this bad boy for like years. Since, I think when Legends first came out. Yeah, with ZA on the horizon, I wonder what Pokemon will be easier to get, or hopefully there will be a good chunk that will be a lot easier to get. And I assume it's going to be similar to Legends Arceus, but it's in the future. We've got no news about it, and I don't intend to look up any news about it until a proper trailer comes out. I'm not going to go hunting for leaks or anything like that. Swordsbarks in the, I guess these are the ones that I caught totally randomly. I still cannot believe I just casually have these two randomly. I remember getting this as RNG, but these two were just purely, oh, there's a shiny sort of thing. Sometimes, as much as RNG is a more guaranteed thing, it is still fun to find just random shinies. Your heart rate definitely rises for those type of occasions. But Scarlet and Violet did make shiny hunting also hard in some aspects due to size differences. I am still trying to find Joltik, and it does make your eyes hurt for sure. But yeah, there's the Meloetta we got. Shiny Meloetta for completing all the Pokedexes of Scarlet and Violet and placing them into home. A super cool prize, considering that we just have not had any sort of shiny locked Pokemon becoming unlocked. Ah, the pride and joy of our collections. 30 episodes came down to this. All the shiny Vivillons, and they're all mine as well. I had a shiny Vivillon, I think, of the Archipelago one, which is this one. Someone gave to me, but I think it was clearly hacked due to the fact it was like level 100 and shiny. The stats seemed okay, but I felt like it was definitely a hacked one, so it's nice to actually have totally legit Vivillons all in my collection. I do have a couple of, I think this was when I started putting some Go stamped shinies into the pool, but I was like, sort of thing. As much as people like them for their more legitness, I can't really say I like the G stamp, and I'd rather just go for it myself. I know it's legit if I catch it. And here are the last of the Vivillons. This is supposed to be for the Pokeball one. I don't think we'll ever get a shiny Pokeball Vivillon, but, you know. I think I was using the template of the home decks for this. All the Flabébés! I thought this was going to be a monstrous task to do, but thankfully when we had that event in Scarlet and Violet that just had all of these in the game, and they had the fixed mass outbreaks, because that was an issue at the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, I was so relieved when I saw that. I went and hunted for every single color that as soon as possible. But this one's the one I hunted in X and Y myself. We've got some Furfurous spaces. I honestly hope that ZA will give us easier Furfuro. I don't want to try and get some of the shiny Furfuros. It sounds like madness. But yeah, you can see this is where it really starts to open up with a bunch of gaps. There are a bunch of Kalos mons that just aren't available. I can't believe I hatched this one on the first egg, so it's going to probably stay like that. But there's a lot of Kalos mons that are not available in any of the newer games. I guess the newest you can get is Sword and Shield with a couple of them, but I most likely will Masuda method those ones simply because I'm not sure if I've ever tried Brilliant Aura hunting. Maybe one day I'll try it. But for most of them, I'll probably do Masuda method. And I will be making a redeem for that so people can get that redeemed. Pumpkaboos are also another one that's going to be a bit hard due to size issues. So probably we'll have to breed, because I believe if you breed with certain items, you can always guarantee that they be a certain size. Ah, yes. All these shiny legendaries I don't have in X and Y. Skip. Alola's also another one that's pretty empty, but we did get a couple of during our hunts, and one of the big ones highlights is us finally getting the shiny Lunala. I think once we start doing just like free hunting, where we're just hunting specifically for one mon, I think it'll be a little bit different. We are going to go back to Ultra Sun and Moon. I think I probably will stream some SOS encounters, because I think that's an interesting method. And I mean, I did get a shiny recently of a Meowth from that, so I think it's definitely worth trying it out. Especially they'll probably be the easier way to get some of the lowland mons. Don't think there's much here. There's the Gala. It's another pretty empty box, but I will say I'm happy to have all the toppings for the Alcremie. I think I did try to make all the Alcremie different flavors, though you can't even see them. But at the very least, you can tell they're shiny via the toppings. I have all 4 of these. I still can't believe I do. These were definitely from those raids that are definitely botted, but I am not going to waste, like, catching these guys. I think it is much easier to just go for that. The Zamazenta and Zacian I got from the event. The Eternatus I got from somebody quite a while back now in the actual Shiny Hunting month, so I'm very grateful for that. Because that would also have been added to the list of Mons I do not have because I missed an event. And then finally, Paldea. Paldea's filling up quite decently. It seems like the later half of the deck seems to be more full. We obviously are going to do Masuda Method for the starters at some point. So that is something to look forward to. But as of now, it's actually pretty coming along quite well. I know a good chunk of the last part is more the full area. And I think that is all the shinies. But the most important thing that you guys are here for, take a look at this. So if you've been keeping up with my shiny VODs and know that I was hunting those Vivillon, this is just all the Combee we caught during the Vivillon hunts. Every single Combee, whether it be from Legends Arceus, these are all the Combees we caught during the Shiny Hunting month. We have we have 2 and a bit rows of males. We caught 2 female Combee, and we caught 5 Vespiquen. And honestly, it became a bit of an annoyance when I first was collecting Combee, but you know what? It's a joke that I like as well. And now I have a haul of bees, and these bees will stay here in Pokemon Home forever. They just exist. Who knows, and if another Vivillon pattern is added, we might get more bees. I probably will add any more bees we do find in the future, if we do some shiny hunting. But I guess that's a good chunk of the stuff. I do have to show off these things, because I believe it starts here. These are all the extra shinies that we caught during our hunts over in, I guess, the Shiny Hunting month altogether. You can see there's a lot of duplicates for some of the event mons. But yeah, all of these were caught during the Shiny Hunting month that I just don't need. A lot of them are from Legends Arceus, because we did get a lot there, but we got a lot of other ones too. All these Milceries that I have. And I did exchange some Pokemon for other ones, and some of them were evolved. Because I know, for example, this one I caught and evolved for somebody, but they never came back to my stream, and I felt kind of bad. I wanted to give it to them, and I could never get back into contact with them. But yeah, a couple of these are from, like, when I was hunting off stream as well, so there are a bit of a discrepancies here and there. But overall, most of these were caught during the stream. I would say from about here is definitely all the ones we caught. But look at that. Look how many Hoppets we caught in Jump Pluffs. 4 Jump Pluffs and, what is it, 5 Hoppets right near the end? It's wild. But I think that's pretty much all I can really cover for now in terms of shiny Pokemon, considering we are done for the month. So where it goes from here is basically maybe every so often, if there's an interesting hunt to do, I will probably get redeems set up so it's just for Pokemon. I will be opening up more methods, so trying out things like Dynamax more, maybe the Ultra Wormholes for some, SOSing for a lot of the more common Pokemon in the Alola regions, because there's quite a few that we could probably SOS. And I do have the Pokemon ready to do SOSing in there. And I did a test run and it worked. And I got myself in the shiny Alolan Meowth, so I am totally open to do that. But I'll probably have to like look through and see what I need and what I can get, because obviously a lot of the ones I already have. But there are a couple that we're still missing. I will probably be linking my tracker down in the YouTube VOD as well, so that if you guys are curious just to see like how all these Pokemon look on a tracker of what we have and haven't got, it is there, and what we're still basically going after. It's not perfect because it doesn't have gender differences or alternate forms, but it's still available to take a look at. But yeah, I think I've covered everything. in the span of about 20 minutes looking at my timer. So I am excited to see what this new year will bring. We'll probably do a couple little shiny hunts from here and there. We're still waiting on news for ZA as of this recording, so we'll find out if that will give us new encounters. I am looking forward to hunting in that game. If it is a lot like Legends Arceus, that will be an interesting sort of hunt. Probably we'll have to do some sessions of shiny hunting. But a lot of those hunts, if I do them in the future, they will probably be in a separate playlist, just exclusively for those shiny hunts. And I probably will be getting all the clips that I got from Twitch of all the encounters, and I might also post this under this video, just so that you can see my reaction to them. I'll have to probably chop and like trim a lot of it, because a lot of it's me running around and yelling at things or trying to catch some of them. Because some of the mons were really hard to catch at times. Some just don't want to get in the ball. That's just the honest truth on that one. But as for now, that is the entirety of my home decks. All completed as of now. I probably will have to also do some cleanup in Pokemon Home, because as you can see, the boxes are kind of everywhere and they don't have labels on them. So I'll probably start labeling some of these boxes with all the shinies in it. Plus I have all these boxes filled with like Pokemon I don't need. And there are a couple of shinies that I have that I don't need either, so I might start like giving them to people or just like trading them away because I don't need them. Just organize things a little bit more. But I guess this is it for now. Most likely I will in the future get all the clips and make a VOD. It'll probably be a chunky VOD. And put it here in the future. But as of now, I think that's it. So, thank you all so much for joining me on my little adventure of catching all these shiny mons. Catching all these different coloured Pokemons that are nothing more than images. And I hope to see you guys sometime in the future, whether it be just doing Pokemon stuff or shiny hunting even further. So, until next time, take care everybody.